Hello random person, Nino here. Welcome back to Sponge Takes Gaming. I am back with AlphaPrime.
AlphaPrime here and ready to go.
Today we are tackling one of our favorite games, Light Camera Pants.
Boy, have I been waiting for this one.
We've both been waiting for this one. The story is basically Gil Hammerstein trying to get auditions for the new Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy movie or show, depending on what version you get. But you basically play mini games and you try to get the part.
Yeah, because in terms of story, let's put it where it's at. There's really not much to talk about here. I mean, sure, stories are always like given through cutscenes and everything, but we'll talk about the cutscenes later. It's just, there's really not much of a story to be had just with the game alone. It's just kind of more or less a backseat to what is basically Mario Party with SpongeBob characters.
It's basically a framing device, which isn't bad. It definitely works.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like I said, it's just the story. There's not much to really be had outside of like seeing the interviews of different characters for different areas that are just like iconic to the show, such as like the Sand Stadium or downtown Bikini Bottom.
Basically, the story is just a bunch of interviews, which...
Pretty much.
But honestly, I don't think that's a problem. Especially since, well, our favorite SpongeBob game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, doesn't have much story either.
That is very true. You're not wrong there. And I will say, when it comes to a game that is just like this, it really doesn't need a story to be good. But the fact that they at least attempted it is, in my opinion, still not a bad idea for at least what they gave us.
Definitely. Wanna segue to the minigames and gameplay then?
Start the minigames.
We put in minigames and gameplay into one category solely because they're basically the same thing. The gameplay is the minigames. The minigames are the gameplay.
Very true. There's like 6 different areas you get to go to, and with each of them having 3 different minigames, there could be a lot to cover on those. And
Definitely.
It really just depends on the control scheme, what they want you to use. That's really the only differences between that, because you got games anywhere from like trying to break rocks to a couple of them that are basically just Simon Says.
But there's a lot of them that are a lot of fun. I don't think they overstay their welcome. They're very replayable.
You only have like 3 rounds each.
That too. And they're basically a minute each.
Given I gotta have like 3 rounds apiece, and they, like you said, they only last for about a minute. Some of them do seem a little bit more difficult than others.
Definitely.
But other ones are just like, honestly, a lot of fun to play.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't deny that. The only area that I have personally had an issue with is when it came to downtown Bikini Bottom with 2 of the 3 minigames it had. That's really the only problem with this game that I have a problem.
I know as a kid, I really struggled with Mrs. Puff's boating school, but when I replayed it as an adult, I ended up getting better at it.
Really? Me personally, I've only ever had a problem with downtown Bikini Bottom. I loved Mrs. Puff's boating school. But we'll get to that when we get to the next section, and we'll talk about some of the minigames that we liked.
Don't get me wrong, I still had fun with it as a kid. It was just hard to progress.
Very true, but as a kid, it always seems like it's hard to progress in certain things.
Yeah, honestly, that's all I have in terms of the gameplay.
The only other complaint I would say about the minigames is how some of it just seemed really, really shaky. But that could just be because of the environment, or it could be because, you know, they were working with the limited technology back in 2005.
True.
Yeah, especially in the Krusty Krab minigame. You notice the camera is really shaky a lot.
True. I never really thought about that. Maybe it's a stylistic choice.
Possibly. Now I say, let's move on to some of our favorite minigames.
Fuck yeah.
So, you want to go ahead and go first?
Sure. I know we were just talking about the Krusty Krab. There's a lot of fun ones there, but I think my favorite in the Krusty Krab has to be Flippin' Out.
I literally was going to say the same thing. That was one of my personal favorite ones. I don't mind the other ones. If I had to rank them in order, I don't dislike any of them, but if I had to rank them in order, ironically, it's the way you play them. Flippin' Out, Order Up, and the Bouncers. The Bouncers, the only reason that one's last is due to the fact that it just takes forever to get going. Those first 2 minutes are just torture.
That's fair. Personally, I would actually flip the Bouncer and Order Up. I don't know. I've kind of struggled with Order Up a little bit, but that's just me.
Fair point.
Both of them are still good.
Oh yeah. But Flippin' Out by far is the best one. I like how they even added in Plankton's little spider Krabby Patty thing is when you just gotta toss away.
I love that too.
Krusty Krab in general got 3 minigames that are just really fun to play.
Inflatable Pants is also a lot of fun. It's a great reference to an episode, but it's just a fun minigame all around.
It is. The only complaint I have is like when you're playing as Plankton and his robot suit gets inflated. That's my only weird thing about that specific minigame.
I don't even know how that works.
I don't know how it works either. It confuses me. Even to this day, I still get confused by it.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely don't get it. But does it stop the game from being any fun? Absolutely not. Again, much like you, I had that same one in that one. That's personally one of my favorites from Goo Lagoon. The other one has to be Wait and See, because I thought that one was just... Plus, it's kind of funny seeing all of them just, like, really trying to struggle holding all those weights.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. It's definitely more on the basic side, but it's definitely fun.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Plus, I'll give them points for giving Don the Whale speaking role, because that doesn't happen often.
The only close thing I think of him having to a speaking role was when he growled in the episode Texas, as far as I can remember. But I've said before, and I'll say it again, I barely watched anything past season 4, with the exception of some of the ones that we've done here for the other Sponge Take series we've got. Other than that, I have not really seen much of the new stuff.
You need to fix that.
Trust me, I know, it's on my list. I'm going to fix it at some point.
No worries. Rock Bottom is also really fun.
Yes! One of my favorite games I played, me and my sister, we actually went through and played every character, and I had most of their song bits memorized. Like, by heart had them memorized. It was scary.
That's totally fair. It's definitely SpongeBob's answer to Guitar Hero.
They would have done just like a whole thing about that. I would not have been upset by that.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like a Rock Band collab, a full-on SpongeBob Guitar Hero style game.
That would be awesome, like a SpongeBob rhythm game. That would be great.
Yes, and given like how even in the game SpongeBob's not very consistent, it really wouldn't really be that big of a shock if they did something like that.
It would definitely make more sense in a driving game.
True, but I mean, to be fair, they've been doing Nicktoons driving games for years. I mean, I remember playing the old Chuck E. Cheese arcade cabinet when I went there to play Nicktoons Racing. To this day, that's still one of my favorite games.
Me too.
We forgot to talk about Mrs. Puff Boating School. For me, all the games are pretty good. It's just, I personally only really like Floor It because the amount of times my sister and I got into arguments and we would settle it on the track.
If I had to rank all the boating school mini games, I'd probably go Floor It, Pedal of Honor, Gladiators.
I would definitely have to agree with that one because a couple of the people I remember talking to before, long before I met Seb, I remember telling about that game and they said they only really cared for Floor It and just didn't really like the other one. So out of all the areas in this game, Miss Puff's Boating School was probably not the most well liked.
That's fair. I will say, Pedal of Honor has some really badass music.
Very true. But then going back to Sand Stadium, it's just the only thing I don't like about it is probably because it's got 2 to 3 are just glorified Simon Says clones.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue I have with Sand Stadium too. They basically peaked with the first one, and it just...
They did. Unlike some of these other ones that literally have either balanced out or stayed the best one for last, it just seems like they just kind of threw in the towel when it came to the Sand Stadium.
I agree. And personally, I would have saved the best for last. I would have put Rock Bottom as the last one.
See, that's what me and my sister would do, is when we wanted to replay the game, I think it was 5 rounds if you did the custom game, and what we would do is, I remember doing this very vividly, we actually went through and took each of the areas and did each of the games in order from worst to best, just to actually make it how we feel like it should have been from the beginning.
That's valid.
When it came to Chum Bucket, I'm gonna be honest, none of them really stuck out to me.
The only one I really remember was the one where you have to, like, fix the generators, but that's just because Karen talked over it the whole time.
Machine Meltdown, I believe is what that one was called.
And I basically just have, like, Red, refill your generator immediately, just stuck in my head.
I forgot how annoying that was, because I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, Karen just talks the whole time. But, like, we have eyes, you know.
But to be fair, what do you expect? These party games like this are always like that. Another one that, honestly, I don't remember really liking any of the games was, honestly, Jellyfish Fields. But it's also been years since I played the game, so I don't remember really much about any of them.
I'm bad at Jellyfish Swish, but I like Jellyfish Switch.
I'll have to go through and replay the game again when I get the chance to actually remind myself what that one was like. One of my other personal favorite areas of the game had to have been Bikini Bottom Jail.
That's fair.
I personally thought that one was actually kind of cool, but my personal favorite minigames out of those had to have been Breaking Out and Rubble Rabble.
Which one's Rubble Rabble again?
It's a 2v2 one, and you've got conveyor belts on both your team and the other one, and you have to break these rocks before they get to the grinder in the generator. It ended up being stuck in the rock crusher, and you have to go through and eject it. Destroy all these rocks, so basically there was like more or less nothing left outside of like a few small chunks, and that's about it.
Really remembering it? Yeah, that one's a lot of fun.
And then I also did like Break It Out because, I mean, I would always pack my cart full of those guys. Not to mention the massive anxiety attacks you can have just by trying to avoid the spotlight when you've got a cart full of prisoners. Admittedly though, seeing your character get picked up by a giant claw and then jailed, If you play your cards right, you can avoid those claws for quite some time, actually.
The only one I really didn't like in Bikini Bottom Jail had to be Seahorse Stampede.
See, that's the one that I don't remember what it was like.
It's basically soccer with horses.
Now it's clicking. I've forgotten about that one.
It might be one of my least favorite games.
To be fair, when it comes to sports games, I'm not really a big fan, but
Me neither.
I'll admit it's still better than most. I'll fully admit it's still better than some of the other ones I play, but it's not by much.
If I had to choose like that between like any sports games, I would definitely choose that, but I don't know. I've just never been a sports guy personally.
Fair point. Now, I will say now the last area in the game was probably the one that I personally have always had the most trouble with as a kid. It probably could change now that I'm an adult, but I never really cared for Downtown Bikini Bottom.
I recently played it for the first time as an adult, but I struggled.
Every time I tried, I always struggled on that one. I will say, I do have one minigame in Downtown Bikini Bottom that I liked, and it was the flinging and swinging one. Once you get the timing right on that thing, it is just child's play. It's just a matter of getting the timing right when you can, if you get yourself really going, because you got one character that's grabbing the peg, there's another, then you got another player who's basically like swinging around like a madman. If you can actually time it right, you can fling yourself way high and just kind of just work your way down and just keep going all the way up, back up and down and stuff. It's hard to get it down, but it is fun.
Yeah, there were some bonus games too. I honestly forgot about these.
So did I, but I honestly don't remember seeing much of them. It's the same thing with the tiebreaker game. Like, just looking it up, I never heard of 2 Up before. I had never seen it.
The both of us have only experienced rock, paper, scissors, so imagine our surprise when we figured out about 2 Up.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but after looking it up, all I can say is it looks like hell.
It does look like hell.
So I would not even remotely want to go through that. Looking through a whole list of them, I don't remember there being a lot of times where you could have a 3-way tie, because that's only activated when you have a 3-way tiebreaker, and I don't remember seeing that ever happening.
That has never happened to me.
I think I vaguely remember Hook, Lying, and Cheddar, but that's about it. Know for a fact I've never seen Mother of Pearl, never seen Tethered and Weathered, and don't even know what Loot Scootin' is.
Apparently, Hook, Line, and Cheddar is basically hooky. It looks like you're just collecting cheese.
Mother of Pearl, I do actually remember seeing that one time. I never saw it again. I only ever saw it once. But you just like had to bounce pearls back into the clam as many times as you can. It's more or less basically Breakout.
Oh, holy shit. I remember the music in this one being really good.
And that's coming from someone who always plays games on the easiest difficulty just because he wants to enjoy the game, not rip his hair out.
That's totally fair. I was trying to listen to the music, but I just got bombarded with sound effects.
You got any other things you could say on the favorite minigames there, Seb?
Not really, no. I think we tackled them all.
So,
next up is the cutscenes.
Yep.
They look great. I really like how the cutscenes look.
Given back how it's a game that was made back in 2005, they really worked with the best with what they had at the time. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. It's just, given back how their technology was so limited back then, and given back how they had to actually go through and animate all these with every character, and no matter who won, whether it be Sandy, Plankton, Mr. Krabs, or any of them, doing what they could do with that much, with having those many characters, I appreciate it.
Me too. They're very cartoony, they're very expressive, especially for the time.
Oh yeah. And it's not even just in the cutscenes, it's also minigames and honestly the victory screens for, granted the victory screens don't have much animation, but hey.
They still look great.
They definitely do. They definitely look great, they look fantastic, and they're actually surprisingly smooth for a game made back in 2005.
They, oddly enough, rival Cosmic Shake even, or even the new Titans of the Tides game coming out.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. There's just something I cannot get over, but I'll get to that with some of the voice acting and visuals later on.
Definitely. I think one line that just kind of like stuck with me the most, first off, when Mermaid Man says evil bears and it just shows like an image of those evil bears. It was like live action.
I forgot about that one.
And there was also one where Mermaid Man was just like, sorry, I was thinking about cabbage. What were you saying?
Cannot deny that one was just freaking phenomenal. There's really not much more we can say on these cutscenes, given the fact how that's really only expressed through after you beat each area.
I guess we can now go to Tangent of the Week. SpongeBob collabs.
I will say with some of these collabs, they are popping off with these things.
Definitely.
Like what you were telling me, Sab, is that U2's is doing a Hatsune Miku SpongeBob collaboration.
I am dying to get my hands on both of those Mikus. Holy shit. Throughout almost my entire channel career, I kept asking for it. I kept like hoping and hoping for Miku and SpongeBob to do an official collab. Now we finally have it. I'm definitely getting that shit day one.
And I don't blame you. Quite frankly, I will, even if they're not really current, I do admit that some of the collaborations they've had in the past with SpongeBob and just other properties that, honestly, some of them, in my opinion, make no sense. Like, I just recently found out that the SpongeBob Magic the Gathering collaboration was real.
I will say, I'm really not a fan of the meme cards in Magic the Gathering.
With the one they did for this one, they're not exactly meme cards. What they did is they just took, like, cards that already existed and just gave them a SpongeBob makeover. They're not actually brand new cards. They're literally just previous cards that have already been established, just with the SpongeBob skin.
But they have released cards where they were, like, based off of, like, popular memes.
Well, to be fair, who doesn't do that nowadays?
That's fair.
And then, personally, one of my collabs that I thought was alright had to have been when Wendy's did the collaboration with SpongeBob. It was basically just a regular Wendy's burger. I mean, I still like the whole SpongeBob theming, or at least attempted theming around it. Don't get me wrong. They could have done a little bit more with it. But I feel like
they could have done a lot better. I ended up cooking a Krabby Patty like before the Wendy's collab, like immediately before we ordered something from Wendy's. And our Krabby Patty tasted a lot better than the actual Wendy's one.
Fair point.
Ours actually had sesame seeds.
And then on top of that, my wife actually got stickers with it, but when I got mine, I never did.
Me neither.
I didn't. It's like, what? Is it only certain locations? What the hell?
I'm jealous. What do I need?
Me and my wife got it again when we moved, or when I moved out to where I'm at now.
Do I need to pull out my SpongeBob fan club pass? Is that the only way to get the sticker?
Starting to wonder at this point.
Because if there's a fan club membership I need to subscribe to, I will.
You're not the only one.
Oh, and there's also Sonic Crossroads. SpongeBob is a DLC in that game.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing about that, and I got a buddy of mine that was not very happy about it, but quite frankly, if you don't want to play as SpongeBob, just avoid him.
Can I just say, Sonic Crossroads is autism heaven? I'm allowed to say that because I'm autistic. It has Sonic, it has SpongeBob, it has Hatsune Miku, it has Steve from Minecraft.
And Alex and a Creeper, don't forget that part.
Yeah, that too.
I haven't actually played that collaboration. I'm waiting to get the game, but as soon as I can, I am snagging that game so fast. Because it's something that my wife and I both tried out. We tried out the demo, not the demo, we tried the open beta they had before about 2 weeks before the game came out. And we loved it, so we're planning on getting it at some point.
I haven't played the beta or anything relating to Sonic Crossroads. I just saw the SpongeBob leak and I was hyped. The only downside is that SpongeBob has no voice acting.
Oh, what? They couldn't get Tom Kenny back?
No.
Damn.
We have the Reef Flower rendition of SpongeBob.
The last time we did this, we mentioned the Olipop one they got, which is like a pineapple bash or something.
Yeah, it was okay.
I haven't tried it, so I can't really say much on that. I only know of it. I've never actually had it.
I'm more excited about the Flying Dutchman Funko Pop, honestly.
I saw that, and I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could get that myself. Because I would love to have a Flying Dutchman one. Heck, just a SpongeBob Funko in general, really. It may not be Funko, but I've got my eyes on one of the YouTubes one they got of the What's Funnier Than 24 line. But let's put it at that. No matter how many ways you slice it, that meme will never be old.
I full-heartedly agree. 24.
Hey, Patrick.
What?
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25. Will never not be funny.
Yes.
Those are the only collabs I can think about.
Oh, one thing I almost forgot, U2's also has a Fall Guy SpongeBob plush of SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs suits. I have spent way too much money on the SpongeBob Fall Guy skin.
It's always the skins that get you.
Definitely.
It's amazing how much SpongeBob is actually going back into the limelight because of everything. Because they're just pumping out all kinds of stuff left and right.
Definitely.
But I still personally attribute a lot of that to the revival of Rehydrated, due to the fact that it was a beloved game that most kids loved back in the day, ourselves included. So seeing how they're really bringing it back, it's just awesome.
I agree. I love that SpongeBob's getting this much attention. Now advertise the new movie. God damn it. We only have one trailer, and it comes out in 2 months. Advertise the damn thing.
You know what? Honestly, I'm with you.
I want to see more of the underworld.
Other ones? Ooh. In terms of that, any other collabs that are coming to your mind?
Not really. There was a Fortnite one, but that wasn't that. noteworthy.
I didn't even know SpongeBob made it into Fortnite.
Yeah, they didn't really advertise it that much.
Honestly, I can't say I'm surprised, but to be fair, I haven't really paid much attention to Fortnite in years.
Me neither. I think we can wrap up Tangents of the Week then.
Think so too.
Our next category is the visuals.
Where to start with this one? Much like I said in the Battle for Bikini Bottom and the rehydrated version, can we stop screwing over Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, please? And even Krabs, really.
Mr. Krabs wasn't fucked over in this game. Neither was Barnacle Boy. They could typically get Barnacle Boy back, I've noticed. It's just never Mermaid Man.
With some of the visuals they have for these roles, or even some of the environments of the game, like, am I the only one that thought the visuals for in the Krusty Krab during the flipping out minigame, am I the only one that thought it was really dark?
It was really dark. All of them are really dark.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I was tempted to check it out again, because I haven't played this game in years, like since I was a kid. And it's just seeing that, it's like, what the hell? Why is it so damn dark?
Though, honestly, from a compositional standpoint, I kind of get it, because I'm sure if the backgrounds were bright, it would probably kind of distract a little bit. So maybe there was an intentional reason why they made it so dark.
Fair point.
At least for the Krusty Krab.
As for the Shrimp Bucket, I mean, I can't really expect much from. I mean, the whole thing, even during the cutscenes, is dark.
Yeah. Also, one thing I will say about like the cutscene visuals is that like when Gil Hammerstein, when he's talking to all the hosts, they kind of have like this choppy effect where they just, instead of having like full-blown videos, instead they just have them like as PNGs.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I actually didn't have too much of an issue with it. It's mainly because even during the visuals of when Hammerstein's talking to the guys, I don't have an issue with it because the TV itself already looks all staticky and everything.
True, I didn't even think about that. I suppose that makes a lot of sense. I just thought it was important to note out.
And let's put it out, we can't say that the reception down there is that good to begin with.
Yeah, no, it's underground. I'm sure the reception is ass.
It has to be. Even the Mermaid computer back from Battle for Bikini Bottom had staticky screens.
True. Also, one thing I do want to bring up, even though I love how SpongeBob's model looks in action, it looks very weird.
It really did. But to be fair, most of the models look weird. In terms of visual appearance, I thought was kind of weird, was Plankton. Given fact we don't actually see Plankton at all. He's just mostly in a robotic suit to help move and everything, which I get why, because, you know, he's small. But,
yeah.
I mean, come on, you couldn't have done something at least a little bit better than that? Put him in the Crabborg outfit, for crying loud.
I suppose it makes a little sense why they put him in a robot suit, to try to, like, visually distinct him from, like, the rest of the characters, but I don't know how well they could have handled it. I feel like if they did Imitation Krabs, then it would just feel like another Mr. Krabs.
Okay, good point. I guess I hadn't thought of it like that.
But yeah, there's something about the SpongeBob model that just kind of rubs me the wrong way. The best way I could describe it is that he's kind of puffy.
Yeah, am I the one that feels like some of the characters in terms of their eyes are just kind of like sunken into their skulls more than they should be?
That would make a lot of sense. Plus, SpongeBob's mouth is like a little lower.
There's just some visuals about it just kind of weird me out. Can I still do it for the sake of loving the game? Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Plus, regardless of how the models look, they, for the most part, they look great in the cutscenes.
Oh yeah. Anything else you can say on the visuals?
The backgrounds look nice.
Yeah, for like a party-based game, I'm not surprised about having just like a standard, like, you see it repeating over and over again kind of background, because it makes sense for a party game. You're not gonna have like some seriously good background just for people to ignore when they're playing the game. It makes total sense to me.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't really have anything much to add on the visuals. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about one more thing about the visuals. This is actually about the crossplay. Oh, there is a Cosmo and Wanda award that looks very off.
The whole reason that the cross-save thing even exists is because they were trying to show collaboration between 4 different games, and those were Lights, Camera, Pants, Nicktoons Unite, Barnyard, and Tak the Great Power. The Great Juju Journey or something. I forget exactly which tag game. There's like 7 of them.
Yeah.
But you spent all these times on their model, especially on Cosmo and Wanda's model, in Nicktoons Unite, and you couldn't be bothered to use those same models for that, because it doesn't even look like Cosmo in that thing. You're missing the crowns, the stars, and the wands, and you gave what was supposed to be Cosmo Timmy's buck teeth.
Exactly.
Why? I never gotten the other 2 games to find out what all you unlock.
I am looking at the other statues for the characters too, and they look fine. Jimmy Neutron actually looks better than how he does in Nicktoons Unite. Tack, I'm assuming, looks great. It's just Cosmo and Wanda that look weird.
I saw that, was like, what the hell is that? That's not Cosmo, it looks like Timmy with wings and a tie.
That's Timmy in the Fairly Odd Summer, because in the end of Fairly Odd Summer, one of the live-action movies, he turns into a fairy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I know way too much about the Fairly Odd Parents.
I really stopped paying attention after Sparky was introduced.
Good. I say good.
Who am I kidding? I stopped paying attention after Poof was introduced.
Next up is voice acting.
Yeah, let's cut to the chase here. No surprise, Mermaid Man, once again, is not the same actor twice. I've said it before, and I will continue to say that till the day I die. He has never had the same actor in a video game twice.
I'm pretty sure Mermaid Man's voice actor in Lights, Camera, Pants was in Elf Bowling.
Elf Bowling? Wait, was that one of the Christmas SpongeBob games on the Nickelodeon website?
No, Elf Bowling is like a shitty straight-to-DVD movie based on a mobile game. Like, it was like a mobile game on like a cellular phone.
Oh, God.
And the voice actor for Mermaid Man in this game played Santa in that movie.
Oh, wow.
And that threw me off so much, especially since Tom Kenny was in the movie too.
What?
Yes!
Okay, well, shitty movies aside, I will say, other than Mermaid Man, I'm glad they got all the original voice actors back to reprise the roles, including actually getting Clancy Brown to voice Mr. Krabs this time.
Boy, I'm quick!
Oh my, I forgot about that line. They clearly learned their lesson from Battle for Bikini Bottom with not having Clancy Brown as Mr. Krabs, and I loved they did.
Me too. Thankfully, that's been less and less of an issue in these modern times. Thank
God. I mean, can sound alikes be good? Yes. I've heard, I mean, like I said before, I play Kingdom Hearts. I'm used to seeing a ton of sound alikes that almost sound, some of them sound identical, some of them are absolute dog water. But that's a whole tangent for a different thing.
The problem I have with Mr. Krabs is that they don't even get good imitators.
They really don't, but quite frankly, comparing it to Kingdom Hearts, I guess, the two voice actors they've had for Jack Sparrow that couldn't be Johnny Depp, honestly, not that good. So at least the Mr. Krabs one, at least he actually tried to sound like Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do. It's just, I only have the problem with just Mermaid Man. That's it.
Though I will say, even though he doesn't really sound like Mermaid Man, I still think he's a pretty good voice actor.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, he's at least gotten closer than what the guy who voiced him in Battle for Bikini Bottom, in my opinion.
Definitely.
But speaking of the voice acting though, so we're still on this subject, for years I thought the guy who voiced Gil Hammerstein, I thought it was the same guy who played Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Me too.
Only to find out today, it's not him. And the guy that got the voice of his name is Nolan North, how he never has the same voice twice. At least not that I'm noticing.
I actually don't know enough about him, but that's a spot-on Sid the Sloth impression.
Or Hammerstein, sorry. Befuddling that he actually has so many different voices that he can use. But it's still good. They got all the actors back, and even gave one character who had basically no lines, being Don the Whale.
Lines?
Yeah, they actually gave him lines, and as far as I know, he's never actually had any actual lines.
Not to my knowledge, no. This is like the only time Don the Whale was given a voice and lines.
As far as I can tell, yeah, same here.
He's a named character in SpongeBob, yet they never gave him a voice up to that point.
And some grunting bits. That's about it. Anyway,
plus they bring
you can make in the voice acting.
Well, this is both like a trivia thing and a voice acting thing, but I do really like the characters that they bring back, like Bubble Bass. Like, keep in mind, this was before they constantly use them in the current seasons. They got Cannonball Jenkins, they got Kevin. There's like a lot of great callbacks.
Oh yeah, and I said a long time ago before that this was the one of two times we've seen the same, up until where we saw him actually get a finalized design. It was one of the only two times we've seen the same design for Old Man Jenkins, now known as Cannonball Jenkins, come back twice.
Yeah.
Up until recently, we've never seen that happen. And now he's actually got a legitimate finalized design that they're sticking with and have been sticking with for years. And quite frankly, I'm glad they finally did. It's about bloody damn time.
Definitely. We talked a little bit about this in Snow Yellow. Go watch that video.
Please do.
Our last thing is compare and contrast. Basically, there's 3 versions of this game. There's the console version, there's the PC version, and the GBA. The PC version is like a point-and-click adventure along the lines of Employee of the Month or the SpongeBob movie on PC, where you just go around doing like side quests, collecting things for people, and asking them to be on your new show. I've actually recently played it on this channel, so check that out if you haven't already. And the GBA version, weirdly enough, is a platformer with mini games in them.
Which up until today, I did not even know that's what it was. But given the fact the limitations of the hardware of the GBA, I'm not surprised they had to go with some kind of like platformer kind of thing to do that with. I was only ever exposed to the PS2 version, where you've got basically the glorified Mario Party game with SpongeBob characters.
Yeah.
But I'm not, and I can't say I'm surprised about the PC version just being a point-and-click adventure. Again, limited hardware at the time. I mean, games were still running off discs before digital download became widespread. So
definitely.
Seeing that, hearing about that, it somehow surprises me and doesn't surprise me at the same time. I mean, hey, the way it's still better than the PC version of Battle for Bikini Bottom, because I did play that one. Just off the top of here for a second, I think I also played a bit of the PC version of Creature from the Krusty Krab, but I generally don't remember.
I am so sorry.
So was everyone else I told that to. No, given the fact how there's obviously, like, they changed up the story a little bit depending on what version you've got, the way it works, and even some of the, I'm assuming some of the, obviously the visuals, duh.
Yeah.
I looked up the GBA version of this game, and I'm like, oh god, no.
The GBA version of Lights, Camera, Pants was done by the same people who did the first movie game on GBA, which is Way Forward, who later on
Way Forward did that?
Yeah, and later on they made SpongeBob SquigglePants and Shantae, I believe.
Shantae, yeah, they've actually been making the entirety of the Shantae series since it first came out on the original Game Boy, actually.
Oh, nice. But yeah, Way Forward used to be pretty prevalent in the SpongeBob space.
Well, I guess that means I'll have to check out, see if the game actually is any good.
The Lights, Camera,
Like I
Pants
said,
GBA, out of what I remember, wasn't that great. The movie game was pretty good, though.
Good to know.
However, I think the best Way Forward SpongeBob game has to be SpongeBob SquigglePants, but that is hard to get a hold of.
It sounds like a drawing game.
Technically. It's like WarioWare.
Got it. I swear, every time we make one of these videos, I find out about a new SpongeBob game every time. I swear. I never heard of the SquigglePants one until now.
I bought a UDraw game tablet just for that game.
Wait, this is a Wii game?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a GBA game.
Oh, no. It's a Wii and 3DS game.
It makes it seem like it's a lot less difficult to honestly get the hang of.
You know, we brought the tangent of the week back to try to prevent tangents, and we end up doing even more tangents anyway. We are so sorry.
Yes, we are very sorry.
But that's all I really have on compare and contrast.
Me too. I don't really have much anything else other than the visuals and gameplay changes.
I will say, I would love to have a remake of this game.
Yes, Purple Lamp, get on this. You said years ago you're wanting to start remaking some of the older Nickelodeon games. Get on this one. Please bring this back from modern consoles. Updated graphics, better gameplay, all of it. You've already got the stuff there for you. It's sitting right there. All you gotta do is remaster it. To give it the same treatment you gave Rehydrated, for the love of God.
I'm sick of playing multiplayer Light, Camera, Pants on a hotspot.
Ain't that the truth?
We need this game to have online multiplayer.
It would fit perfectly, especially in this day and age.
I'm sick of playing it alone.
If they actually ever decide to actually do it. Purple Lamp, hint, 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 nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
The biggest hint. I am giving you the biggest wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the point where it's almost abusive. Please. I'm begging. Light, Camera, Pants Director's Cut.
Seriously, it would not be that hard. I mean, I have other games I want you to see you do too, but this one start with first.
Please. What a great way to end the video. Begging and pleading.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, what do you guys think of Lights, Camera, Pants? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you mixed on it? Do you agree that it should get a remake? Comment below. Let's start a discussion. And comment below what other SpongeBob games you want us to check out. Watch our other Sponge takes and Pat takes. And with all that said, it's all sad from here.
I know, everybody.